in the email and the calendar also. You're supposed to do these three things: VHDL modeling in Xilinx ISE, that is both synthesis and simulation of first 2:1 mux, and we are going to use the components and or and not using SMS. Second is full adder using half adder as component, and third 16:1 mux using 4:1 mux as a component. So I plan to end the session today by making the correct block diagram based on which the students can practice at home for those who have the tools with them. So we'll not have any explanation today because 2:1 mux already we have discussed yesterday. So I'll just flash the notes. Remember this thing. So this is what we plan to do VHDL modeling for this thing. So I will just very quickly redraw it with a bigger size, so we can immediately start doing the coding. Okay. Parent entity. So this is our parent entity based on which we are going to write the entity declaration. Then we expand this way. Intermediate signals x1, x2, x3. Instance names a1, a2, and or else what we can do, we can write the instance names as AND gate 1, AND gate 2, and this will be OR gate 1, OG1, and this will be NG1. Okay, and this is my output of the multiplexer YM. S is there, everything is there, and what we will do is that here we'll define our components. Okay. So this is my component of NOT gate. So NG is my NOT gate, and AG is my AND gate, and OG is my OR gate, right? So NG, AG, and OG are the component names for NOT gate, AND gate, and OR gate. AG1, AG2 are the instance names of the component AG. OG1 is the instance name of the component OG, and NG1 is the instance name of the component NG. So we have one instance of NOT gate, two instances of AND gates, and we have one instance of OR gate. Okay, and we will also write the signal names also inside. Okay, so we can say NI, NO, and we can say here, we can say we can say AI1. You can also think of any other simpler system. So we can say AI1 is the first input of AND gate. AI2 is input, second input of the AND gate, and we can say YA. Okay, we can say YA is output. Similarly, YO is the output of OR gate, and we can say here the names as OR gate OI1 and OI2. So OI1 and OI2 are the inputs of OR gate, and YO is the output of OR gate. Okay, so we will use this, and we'll directly write the code. Okay, and nothing else is there remaining. Okay, fine. So what I will do that I will change the entity name little bit. I will say mux21 underscore SMS. Okay, fine. Yeah, so I'll go to file, new project. I will change it to mux21 underscore SMS, control A, control C, clipboard, top level HDL, board none specified, family general purpose, family Spartan 3E, device 250E, package 208, SpeedGate -5, iSIM, VHDL. Next, finish. Okay. Target line, implementation mode, new source, VHDL module, paste it here, reselect, add to project. Next, yeah, here underscore ARCH, and I will give the names as I0, I1, capital S as inputs, and my YM is the output. Okay, next, finish. Okay, float, delete all the comments, delete second set of comments. Our entity declaration for parent is over. So this is the ED for parent. Okay. So now we go here, and as I said that the component creation and defining the intermediate signals is to be done in the declaration part of architecture. So now I have to define three components here. Component. So our components are NG, AG, and OG. Okay, so I'm going to create the three components: AND gate, NOT gate, and OG. So I'll create NG, then AG, then OG, keeping in mind the names of input signals. So component NG is port, and my signals are NI and NO. NI in standard underscore logic, NO out standard underscore logic. Pass signal. So I can copy paste the structure and just make some changes. So I will paste it 2 times. So now its name is AG, AI1, AI2, YA. So the name of my AND gate component is this thing, and I will just change. I will say AI1, comma AI2, and my output will now be YA. Okay, so I have now defined the component also. Let me refer to OR gate. OR gate's name is OG, OI1, OI2, and YO. Okay, so now OG, OI1, comma OI2, and my output is YO. Okay, so NO is output of NOT gate, Y is output of AND gate, and YO is output of OR gate. Okay, and all my signals are defined. Okay, now what I will do after I have defined the components, then I will define all their intermediate signals. So I'm having 3 intermediate signals shown in red: X1, X2, and X3. So now I will go here and I will use the syntax for signal declaration: signal X1, comma X2, comma X3, colon data type. Okay, so signal space signal name colon data type. So now my component creation and defining intermediate signals is over. Now I have to go in for the remaining 2 steps of structural modeling style, that is component instance and port mapping. So I will go to the logic part, and here simultaneously in the same statement I'm going to define these things. Okay, so I have to define AG1, AG2, and I have to map them, right? So I have to do 4 instantiations. I have to do the first instantiation for NOT gate as NG1, 2 more instantiations for creating instances AG1 and AG2, and 4th instantiation is for the instance of OR gate. So NG1. So as I told you, what is this thing? So instance name space colon space component. So what is the component name for NOT gate? It is NG. So instance name space colon space NG, then port, then map. And now see, we again go here and we see here that the input to the NOT gate is the input signal S and output is X1. So I have to write down input comma output. So the input to the instance NG1 is S and the output is X1. So I'll write down S comma X1. Write down S comma X1 semicolon. Okay. What I will do is that I will copy paste this thing. Sorry. Boom, Control C, and so now I will define the first instance of AND gate. We see here carefully the instance AG1. So the input of AG1 is connected. So first input of AG1 is connected to X1. the second input of AG1 is connected to I0 and the output of AG1 is connected to X2. So in place of input 1, comma input 2, comma output, I will be writing X1, comma I0, comma X2. Okay, so X1, I0, X2. So I'll write down. So my instance is AG1. So the instance is AG1. The name of the component is AG. Let me confirm. Yeah, it is AG. And instead of AI1, now I will be writing here X1, I0, X2. Okay, I'll write down X1, comma I0, comma X2. This is the instantiation and port mapping of the first instance of AND gate. I go back and I see AG2. The first input to AG2 is the select line S, second input is I, and the output is X3. So in AG2, I'll write down instance name AG2, component name, and I'll write down S, comma I1, comma X3. Let S, comma I1, comma X3. This completes the component instantiation and port mapping of second instance of AND gate. Now my fourth instantiation is OG1. We see here that the first input of OR gate is connected to X2, the second input connected to X3, and the output of OR gate is the output of the multiplexer, that is a parent YM. So in OG1, I will write down like this. So I'll say OG1, the instance name, the component name is OG, and here it is X2, comma X3, comma YM. So I will say X2, comma X3, comma YM. Okay. So our VHDL model for parent is over. Okay. So in the VHDL model for parent, we have library statements. The parent entity will all the inputs, and in the declaration part, I have defined the first component NOT gate in this way with the input Ni, output No. The second component AG representing AND gate with the inputs AI1, AI2 and output YA. The third component OG for OR gate with OI1, OI2, YO. Then I have defined the intermediate signals, and then in the logic part, I have done both component instantiations NG1, AG1, AG2, OG1, and map them to the components NOT gate, AND gate, AND gate, OR gate. And then as per this particular diagram, I have actually mapped all the signals of the parent I0, I1, S and YM along with intermediate signals inside. So now the model is over. Now the next laborious part comes, that is writing VHDL models for all three components, right? So what I will do is that I will purposefully do some mistake and we will see what mistake is that. So what I will do is that with the same component name. So I have to write a VHDL model for NOT gate with the same name for AND gate and OG, right? It's very simple. What I will do, I will copy this entity declaration for parent and I'll make changes there. Okay. It's here. So what I will do is that this is my entity declaration for NOT gate. So entity ng is, and whatever names I have written in the component here. In fact, what tell you a shortcut. What I will do is that I will copy this whole thing and I'll paste it there and I'll just make some changes. Okay. Is it? It's clear. It's over. It's done. Just instead of end component, you have to write down end ng, and you can even omit it according to VHDL 93. Okay. So entity declaration for NOT gate is over. Now I will write the architecture body for, okay. It's very simple. I will write down architecture ng underscore arch of ng is. I will just write down begin, and here I will simply express the logical relationship between Ni, Ni and No. Can somebody tell what am I supposed to write in the logic part of the architecture body of NOT gate? Yes. Anybody? What am I supposed to write down?
Sir, NO is assigned not of
Not
NI.
of
Yeah, NO is assigned not of Ni. In fact, I can write down like this. If you want to put a brace, you can put a brace also, right? So it's very simple. My entity declaration and architecture body for not get is over. I'll simply copy paste this whole thing. I will paste it 2 times. Okay, 2 times, and I will modify it to make it for AND gate, right? So here I will change entity to AG, and here my inputs are same thing. In fact, as I told you, you can copy paste this thing. Port. Okay. I will just change this to AND component to AND AG. It is simple. Everything else is same. Okay. And in the architecture body, AG arch of AG is, and here I will write down YA is assigned AI1, sorry, AI1 ANDed with AI2. This completes my EDAB pair for this thing. Okay. Okay, then this has to be an OR gate now. No issues. We'll make this as OR gate. Okay. OG is okay. So entity declaration for OR gate is over. I change the architecture body, make it as OG underscore arch of OG is, and here what I will do, maybe I can just copy this statement, Control C, and I can put it here and make the changes. Okay. So now my output of OR gate is YO, and here I will just write down OI1 is ORed with OI2. With OI2. Okay. Let me check. So entity declaration for NOT gate, architecture body, the relationship is clear. Entity declaration for OR gate and architecture body of OR gate, entity declaration for AND gate and architecture body for AND gate. Seems to be fine. So my whole VHDL model is over now. Okay. Now let me do save all. Let me dock and let me ask the tool if my code is proper. Okay. So I again, what I do is that, okay. So this is the first thing. This is the first time we are seeing something. Till now, whichever models we wrote in the implementation mode, I got only one VHDL file. But you see here, it has now created 4 more VHDL files. It has created a VHDL file for NG1, AG1. So we are having 4 instances in our structural modeling style. Instance 1, 2, 3, 4. So what it has done is that why it has created four more VHDL programs. Understand one thing, the Xilinx tool is made in such a way that each time it gets an entity declaration and AB pair. I repeat, each time the tool encounters an EDAB pair, it interprets that it is a separate VHDL model. That is why it has actually created it. So I will select the main entity, not the child entity. I will expand this and I will say synthesize. It is giving an error. So it is telling, it is giving so many errors. Actually, purposefully, I have not done something to show you. It is telling undefined symbols. We'll go to all the line numbers here now. 63, 63, 68, 72, 72, 80, and there are many. Okay, you know why? There is a rule. Please note down this rule that every EDAB pair must be preceded by library statements. I repeat, every EDAB pair must be preceded by library statements. You see here, I have written EDAB pairs for NOT gate. This is the EDAB pair for NOT gate. This is the EDAB pair for OR gate. And this is the EDAB pair for AND gate. As I told you, every EDAB pair must be preceded by library statement. So what I do is that I go to the top, I copy these library statements and I paste them before every EDAB pair. So here I go, I will say paste. Okay. Then before OR gate declaration, I pasted it again. Before AND gate declaration, I will paste it. Okay. I will say Control S doc, and I hope that we don't have any more errors now. Okay. Two errors now, line 96 and 118. End identifier ng arch does not match declaration og arch. Okay, you see here, I have not changed the architecture names properly. So here, architecture name is matching. Your architecture name is not matching. So OR gate architecture is not ended properly. So I will change the end architecture statement of OR gate. Similarly, same mistake I have done in the architecture body of AND gate. Control C, and I will say Control V. I'll say Control S, go back, and I will resynthesize. We are through. Let us see the RTL schematic. Go inside, and this is what it is. You see here, please carefully see this and this. Do you see a similarity? See here. Okay. So the first instance NG1 for NOT gate, the first instance for OR gate AG1, the second instance for AND gate. So I'm very sorry. The first instance for NOT gate NG1, first instance of AND gate AG1, second instance of AND gate AG2, and the first instance of OR gate OG1. And all the signals are properly routed as per what we have written in our VHDL model. Let us go and see in the technology schematic what we get. Go inside, go here, and we see only one LUT2. It's inside here. Okay, it's a K map. It's a K map for a multiplexer. Okay, fine. Now what we do is that we go and write a test bench program for this thing. Okay, go here, right click, new source, VHDL test bench, Control C, Control V, give the name TB, reselect, next. It is asking me that you want to do simulation of which particular component. So you want to do it. So mux21 underscore SMS is our parent, and there are three children, NG, AG, and OG are 3 children. That means there is a facility to verify the functionality individual of every component. We do not do that. So we will go and just say, I want to simulate the parent. That is the top level entity. Select mux21 underscore SMS, say next, and say finish. Okay, go here and say float. Delete. As I said, we are not using any clock. So just delete this. Delete the clock generation process also. And here, because we are having 3 inputs, I am supposed to write down 3 processes. Okay, so I'll just use this as skeleton. I will say delete, and I will say let this process be I0, and in that I will just write down I0 is assigned not of I0, and I will say wait for 100 nanoseconds. It's very simple. I will copy this. I'll paste it to write the process for the second input I0, and I want to have a multiplexer kind of an effect. let me see what are my signals. So my signals are I0 and I1. Okay, so 0, 0. You see the difference? I had actually written I capital O. It was I0, right? I1, I will say I1 gets not of I1, and some change I will make. I will purposefully make I1 signal as faster. Okay, so I will make it 5 times faster. Okay, yeah, I will make it 4 times faster. Okay, 25 nanoseconds. So I1 is 4 times faster than I0, and I will add the third process for S0, that is a select line, and it is very, very slow. Stim proc S. I will just write down S gets not of S, but I'll keep S as very slow, right? So the signal I0 is having a time period of 100 nanoseconds. I1 is having a time period of 25 nanoseconds. And I will keep this guy S as very, very slow. I will keep it, how many times? I'll keep it 3 times that of I0. It's the slowest signal. Okay, so I'll say 4 times. Okay, 400 ns. Okay, so S is the slowest signal, fastest I1. I think so. My job is done. And I will initialize I0, I1 to something. I will say initialize I1, I1, I1. Okay. So doc, go here, ensure simulation mode of the tool, expand this, and here, please select the test bench program, not the main program. Okay, so I'll show you how do you come to know. I'll close all windows and see if I double click this thing, I get my VHDL model, which is to be synthesized. If I double click this, what I get is my test bench program, the 3 pros I wrote. Okay, ensure that in the simulation mode, you have selected the test bench program, not the main program. Understand one thing, main program is to be synthesized, not simulated, and test bench program is to be simulated and not synthesized. Okay, so we see here when the tool is in simulation mode, then I am able to see both main program and the test bench program. If I go to implementation mode, I am able to see only the main program. Okay, so when you go here simulation mode, you have to be very careful that by mistake also you don't select the main program and you go here and say simulate and check syntax. So selecting the test bench program, I go and say check syntax. Okay, now I go and say simulate. Let us see what we get. We should be able to see that when select line is equal to 0, at that time a slower clock is coming outside, and when the select line is 1, the faster clock is coming outside. Unable to remove previous simulation. Please check if you have another instance of the simulation, terminate it. Okay, fine. So anyways, fine. So we have some solution for this. You go to project, clean up project files. I will say just clean up the cache. Let us see if it works. Again, go and say run. It should not take so much time. There's some problem. Yeah. So you say sometimes if it takes a time longer than expected, you can just abort the process and you can rerun it. Let us see if we get something now. mux 21. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can just close the tool and I will try to resynthesize the whole model and see if the problem is removed. Okay, well, it will take some time to solve this problem. No problem. We can go to the second thing, second agenda. So full adder using half adder as a component, right? So this is how you do it. I hope that the OneNote is seen on the screen. Are you able to see OneNote on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So we will not waste time in removing that problem. What we will do is that, okay, so we will say full adder using half adder. Very simple. In your second year digital electronics, the concerned staff would have taught you how you can combine half adders to make full adders. Okay, so we already wrote a program for full adder. That is, we wrote a VHDL model for full adder. The approach is that first full adder will draw and we will give the name full adder underscore SMS, the three inputs, okay, AI, BI, CI, and there is a purpose why I'm writing carry first that you'll come to know when I draw the internals. Full adder has three inputs and two outputs, okay, and our child or the component is a half adder. So you can combine two half adders for that. So let our half adder have the name HA, and as I told you that we do not write signals outside the component. So what we will do, we will say let the inputs be x1, x2, and then half adder also has two outputs, sum and carry. Okay, the only difference between half adder and full adder is that full adder takes three inputs and produces two outputs. Half adder takes two inputs and produces two outputs. Okay, and here we will give the names as so let C1. C1 be the carry output of half adder and S1 be the sum output of half adder. This is our component. Okay. Now we will go on to draw the detailed diagram which will express full adder as a combination of half adders. Okay, this is how it is. So this is our full adder. So this is our FA underscore SMS parent. Okay, and then outside I have to draw the signals of the parent. Okay, so AI, BI, CI. Here there will be the carry output of parent, and here there will be some output. You see here. So the AI, BI, CI, sum and carry signals of the parent have been mapped into the black box. And now what I will do, I will draw half adders inside. So I have to draw two half adders to make a full adder. So the first half adder comes here. Second half adder comes here. Okay. So this is how it is. So as I told you that I have to write the signals inside. So I will write x1, x2, c1, s1. So this is the first instance of half adder. Similarly, I will write x1 input of second instance, x2 input of second instance, the carry output of second instance, and the sum output of instance. Okay. Now I will connect them. Now I'm to simply connect them. So this goes here. So A1 goes to X1 input. So AI goes to first input of first instance. BI goes to second input of first instance. Similarly, CI goes to second input of second instance, and the sum output of first instance becomes the first input of second instance. Okay. Similarly, we know from second year that there has to be an ORing between the carry outputs in order to generate the carry. So the carry output of the full adder is a logical ORing between the carry outputs of individual half adders. Okay. So the carry output of first instance becomes the first input of OR gate, and similarly the carry output of second instance becomes the second input of OR gate. As usual, what we will do that because this is component HA. So what I will do is that I will tell that this instance is HA1. Similarly, this instance is HA2. Okay. And now I am having two options. I can either create a new one more component OR gate, and I can create one instance of it, but it is not needed. What I will do is that I will define intermediate signals, and I will say my carry output is a logical ORing. This is another way of doing structural modeling style. Okay. So if a particular component has only one instance, and if you have ready-made logical functionality available in VHDL as keywords, then you need not read a component. Okay. You need not create a component. Okay. I repeat that if a particular block diagram has only one instance of a component, then you need not create a component. If there is a ready-made keyword available in language, then you can simply do the logical ORing. So what I will do is that I will define now intermediate signals. Okay. So there is no intermediate signal required here. Why? Because the real world signal is directly coming and hitting to one of the inputs. So you don't need any intermediate signal on this path. You don't need any inter signal on this path. You also don't need any intermediate signal on this path. But you need, why? Because this particular path is connecting output of one instance to input of another. Similarly, this path is connecting output of an instance to an OR gate. So we need to define. So what I will do, I will define intermediate signals, say P, Q. And R. Okay, but I don't need anything here. So you don't need any inter signal here. Not okay. So all paths do not need to intermediate signals. You need only 3 intermediate signals here. Okay. So to summarize, our parent entity is FA underscore SMS. It has signals AI, BI, CI, and the outputs of the top level entity are carry and sum. Now we know that full adder is a combination of two half adders. So we have defined a component half adder with the name HA, and this half adder is having two inputs X1, X2, and the carry and sum outputs of half adder are called as C1 and S1. Now I have expressed the full adder as a combination of two half adders. In what sense? This particular half adder, the first input of first half adder takes the input AI, the second input X2 of the first half adder instance takes BI, and the second instance of half adder, the first input of second instance is the sum output of the first half adder, and the second input of second instance of half adder is the input Ci. And then we see that the carry outputs C1 of first instance and the carry output C1 of second instance are logically odd together to form the carry. Yes, and I forgot to draw that the sum output of second instance of half adder will form the sum output. Okay, so the final sum of the full adder is nothing but it is the sum output of second instance of half adder. This is more than sufficient actually to do the structural modeling. Nothing else is required more. Okay, this is very important for you to draw. So if you do not draw these three things properly, then it is impossible to do.
हेलो हेलो सर
गया लग रहा है।
Guys, sir is facing some Wi-Fi issues, so we have to wait now.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So file new project. I will say FA_SMS, Control A, Control C. Everything else remains the same. I will say next, finish. Architecture body we have to write down. Right, so the component H is defined, and I will define signal P comma Q comma. So P, Q, and R are there. Okay, so my component is defined, intermediate signals are defined. Go down. What I will do, I will say HA1, the first instance, HA space port space map, and we will go here and we will see, I will say X1, X2, C1, S1. I learn AI, comma BI, comma P, comma Q. Okay, AI, BI, PQ. Okay, AI, BI, P, Q. That's it. I'll copy this and paste this and make the changes. HA2, HA2, it is having X1, X2, so it's Q, Q, CI, R and sum. Okay, so it is Q, CI, R, sum. So I also defined the second instance like this. Now what I will do is that I have to write one statement to tell that the carry output is a logical ORing between P and R. Okay, so before I come out of this thing, I will just write carry is assigned P ORed with R. Let me check, it's P ORed with R. Okay, so my whole VHDL model is over. Okay, so say doc. Okay, my VL model not over. I'm very sorry. Okay, we have just completed the VHDL model for parent. No problem. What we will do is that we will first copy the library statements. Control C, go here, Control V, and I will use this component HA, this thing, component. I write down here. I will simply say entity HA is port, and I will just write down HA here. Okay, very simple. Now I will say I will say the carry C1 is assigned 1 and the carry is X1 and X2, and I will say S1 is assigned X1 XORed with X2 completes. Okay, and I will say end HA underscore arch. Fine. So this is my parent entity declaration for parent entity. In the declaration part, I have declared the component. So component creation. So component creation of half header, defining the intermediate signals, then instantiation and port mapping, again instantiation, port mapping, and to express this particular carry output, I've written carry is P odd with Q. Here my parent entity, top level entity VHDL model is ending. Library statements for components or child, entity declaration for component, and the architecture body. I take doc. Let's see. It has made two these things. Yeah. Okay, so it's correct. Okay, so HA1, HA2, the two instances of half adder and an OR gate. So how it is. Technology schematic. Side, go inside. Okay, so it has used one 3-input LUT for carry and second for this thing. Okay, because full adder, if you see full adders, some output is an XORing between AI, BI, CI, and the carry is sum is the XORing between AI, BI, CI, and the carry is an XORing between this thing. Okay, AI, BI odd with BIC, odd with AICI. Fine. Okay, already over time. 2 o'clock we have a second session, so we don't have time for question answers. Maybe we can take it next time.